A lot of this stuff though is smart. Like, you shouldn't be able to use your food stamps to go buy soda and crap food. Like, I haven't even tried these yet. Should I try one? Back in my day, we didn't have a whatnot, you know? No, you don't know. If you go Chipotle and you don't go spicy ranch, like, what are you doing? Wow. Oh yeah, oh geez. Pineapple. My name's Peter Groverman. I'm a former attorney, retired attorney now, gone entrepreneur. I started a company called Grovara. Company is basically a trading platform. It's like an Alibaba meets Shopify based here in the US. You know, so a lot of wholesale B2B trading all through a digital platform that we brought to market. We work with a lot of brands in the consumer packaged goods space, you know, things with a barcode, CPG products, consumer packaged goods. And in short, we help build supply chains. So we find buyers and we match buyers and brands together to create good business. And our company, Grovara, acting as the platform intermediary, is the toll booth, you know, the matchmaking service fee. We get a percentage of each transaction that we put through the platform. So that's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm a humanitarian at heart. I live in Philadelphia. I'm a cat dad. If you got a good product and you want to be like, hey, Pete, what do you think of my product? I'm an expert on the space. I can tell you what's trending and what markets. I've got partnerships with a lot of data providers, and they give me these insights that put me in a nice position in the market to understand trends and in industry analytics and what news is taking place, who's buying who, what's coming out of favor. And for example, you know, this week, big update. You've got all these food dyes, like RFK Jr. just made all these food dyes illegal, right? So what are the big food companies doing? The market in 2025 is evolving, you know, rapidly. So you gotta either hire a food scientist as a consumer packaged goods company. You gotta hire, you know, someone who can then manage the latest updates of the industry. I mean, the last thing you want to do is put into an additive into a product. And yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, you got to make sure what you're getting is the real stuff. Like, you don't want to buy butterfly pea extract and then you find out in 6 months it's counterfeit, because that happens too. The supply chains are not as transparent as you would expect them to be. That's why you always hear about a recall like every couple months, or some big recall comes about. Now, granted, that's not always because of mixed ingredients, but certainly that's part of it. And you don't want to be sourcing bad ingredients. You don't want butterfly pea extract that's cut with other stuff, you know, so it's diluted. How do you make sure it's pure? I've bought things from suppliers and then it comes, and I've actually taken it to the lab myself, looked under the microscope, and you see filler. You know, the colors that are little particles that shouldn't be there. You know, some cases they put things in. So I don't know. It's just not necessarily, you got to control your supply chain. You got to go above and beyond to do your diligence, make sure the people you're working with are giving you the products that they say they're giving you. And that not only are they giving the products that they say they're giving you, but the products aren't expired, not counterfeit, and or can cause any damage to your downstream buyer. If you can't afford a food scientist, there's a lot of options. There's a company called Simulacra. I think that's how you pronounce it. His name is Jason Cohen. He's an entrepreneur out of Penn State, had a company that was a food taste analysis group called Gastrograph out of New York. They're still around. I think they're gastrograph.ai if you want to check out what they're doing. But they can help you. You know, they're not too expensive. They can work with you on figuring out a way of identifying the formulation to bring your product into compliance and not necessarily affect the taste that might come out of reformulation, you know, or the new taste, which happens. You get people who substitute new ingredients for old ingredients. You know, when xylitol became like bad for people's hearts and all these people had to take the xylitol out of their products and replace it with something else, the new product, you know, a lot of these people use like stevia or monk fruit, and the new product did not taste anything like the old product. You know, that's a miss. So how can you prevent that from happening? Call Jason from Simulacra. We'll put his link in here, and they can help you figure out your formulation and what you need to, again, stay compliant and not really mess up your position in the market. He's doing school meal reform, stricter food additive regulations, SNAP program restrictions. Like, a lot of this stuff, though, is smart. Like, you shouldn't be able to use your food stamps to go buy soda and crap food. Like, it should be the opposite. The government should be Instead of having food deserts all over the place, we should be promoting healthier options and letting people give them the supply chains to get better options and fresh produce. And they get, what's interesting? It goes down to the question about, genetically modified fruits and vegetables. I've heard this a couple times. Like, if you didn't have the genetically modified fruits and vegetables, it would be very hard to have a banana at your table. Like things that are natural and organic don't have the shelf life and are more expensive and have more crop loss to pests and fungus, so the organic movements make sense, but then there's incredible destruction to clear a land, keep it clean, and then the waste itself from the lack of, not the product itself not having the ability to survive. It becomes a super perishable good in some cases. And then also, when was the last time you had a grape and it had a seed in it? Yeah, you don't even remember the last time that happened. Do you want to have grapes with seeds in them? Yeah, right? Or do you like having the watermelon with no seeds? The seedless watermelon? An invention that everyone loves? This is a luxury, but now everyone's like, no, I need the organic watermelon. I want the organic watermelon with the seeds. Because that's who I am. And, sometimes the organic stuff does taste better. It does, but man, you ever had those fat blueberries? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're real good, fat blueberries. They're not organic. They have some sweet, cool name to them. But they're delicious. So, and if we don't have a perishable or we don't have these GMO products, how are we going to get back to getting the good stuff into the food deserts and the right markets? Because again, the supply chains aren't built and they're not efficient enough to keep fat. The infrastructure is not there. So would you rather not give people, if you got a starving guy in somewhere and you give him an option, you're like, hey, I'm either going to give you a genetically modified apple or no apple. What are you going to take? They're going to take they don't care. It's an apple. An apple's an apple. That's what they need. So question there becomes what's the best option here? The other thing that's really interesting too, though, is what percentage of the product is counterfeit organic? Because it's not zero. So then what is it? People are saying these are organic peaches, are they? How is the supply chain that back? It's not the sticker. They can't put a sticker on anything, So, and they walk amongst us.
Yeah.
The guy who's going to forge, we've had issues with people forging, it's called a phytosanitation certificate. It's a certificate where there's a FDA or a government rep who has to go and certify product and make sure that it has no mites and or pesticides or other types of contaminants that would then make it not ripe for market. So for getting a phytosanitation certificate, you need to get an official signature. And we've had instances where people have forged the official signature. And then we've had product now get stopped at the ports and be returned. It ends up costing thousands of dollars. It's a big pain in the butt. So anyway, a lot of complications here. This podcast is going to cover a lot of things like this. This is just open dialogue. I've learned a lot. I've traveled to over 60 countries. I think it's probably less than that. But just every patch is from a different country, guys. I've got products from all over the world. This is from Baltimore. It's called True Lemon, True Citrus. It's basically a powdered drink mix. They've got a little sachet and you put this in your water and it's just black cherry limeade. Natural, no artificial sweeteners, made from simple ingredients. It's got sweetened with stevia and, it's non-GMO. It's a great little product. I put these in my bag. I travel. Whenever I'm on a plane, I always have True Citrus. I'm always adding it to whatever I'm drinking on the plane. It's a really good product. And they got tons of SKUs. Lemon, lime, lemonade, all the energy ones too. I don't know what they're putting in there, but it's probably green bean extract or something. Who knows? But we got Pokemon cards. Oh my God, this is our new power pack. This is a cute little product. It's something for you know, you hang it at the checkout by your register, and it's an impulse purchase. So like grandmom's like, oh, my little 10-year-old Johnny, he would like to get into Pokemon, and they got 40 cards. You have 40 card power pack. We're selling that now, working with that. We're going to talk to the entrepreneurs behind Pokemon repacks here, and I like this product too. Where's the, oh yeah, oh geez, pineapple. Flourish pineapple. Oh my God, this is like I don't drink, I tried Prime once because I'm like, oh, let's see the hype. And it was gross. Like I get the perception of having it because like Logan Paul, like whatever, and like if I'm like a teenager, it looks cool, you know, right? But like it's the same thing with like people like with Starbucks cups, you know. But like if you're gonna have something and it can look cool and it should taste good too. Like this tastes really good. Prime, I can't even drink it. I took one sip. I was like, oh no, you know, not happening. All right, well, we got tons of products here. We're gonna talk to like all the founders. Like this is Avery Johnson's product, Avery Johnson Jr.'s product. You know, former basketball player. They got some great stuff here, great networks, great people. If you have a product, if you have a friend that we should talk to, if you have a service you want to offer to any one of these brands in our catalog, please don't be a stranger and reach out to us today. Like, comment, subscribe, and always go global.